The Pokemon world is filled with boundless mysteries to explore, and I'm here to just talk about the things I noticed while playing these games. Like in this video that talks about the weird connection between Xurkitree and... At the climax of Legend ZA, its Overload event demonstrates a full conversion of stored Mega Energy into unstable, semi-organic constructs. The tendrils erupting from exhibit this unusual, almost organic-like entity, with flower nodes reminiscent of Floet's flower. Despite the floral motif, these structures behave more like cables than living tissue of actual flowers, channeling volatile energy through these massive roots. If you completed the game, congrats, and I hope the price was worth the gameplay experience. $60 surely wasn't. And if you haven't, here's a massive spoiler warning for the rest of the video. What I noticed the most was that the overall form is basically a central spire of vines branching into multiple tendrils, bearing this similar resemblance to Xurkitree, whose own physiology merges biological and electrical cable elements. While Ange's manifestation is rooted in Kalosian technology rather than alien biology, both entities share the property of radiating immense energy through these organic-like roots and cables. Like, I'm not sure if you remember Ultra Sun and Moon, but I was instantly reminded of the Ultra Plant, the homeworld of Xurkitree, where we can see nothing but Xurkitree's cables as far as the eye can see, with various sizes of Xurkitree, ranging from the one we catch to massive skyscraper ones the size of Prism Tower or larger. It's kind of hard to tell when they're like at a distance. Heck, even the path we take to fight Xurkitree is the appendage of a much larger member of the species. And it was when I was running from rooftop to rooftop that I got hit with that sense of deja vu and felt the need to make a video about it. So what's the connection? Like, what do I think about it? Well, similar to Guzzlord looking like a corrupted Zygarde, when looking at the shared visual cues between Ange and Xurkitree, the resemblance isn't all that strong, but there are some interesting parallels. Both are towering, inorganic structures that channel or radiate energy. The moment of deja vu while navigating Lumio City and exploring the Ultra Plant highlights a possible thread of design, continuity, or even conceptual evolution within Pokemon's world building. Xurkitree's habitat, a sprawling world of cables that seem to stretch endlessly into the horizon, mirrors the technological heart of the Kalos region with Lumio City at its center. This somewhat close similarity raises an interesting question. Could the Pokemon Company be revisiting or reinterpreting past design motifs as part of a larger narrative or aesthetic cycle? We know from the recent Tera Leak 2.0 that Pokemon's budget is stupidly tiny for a AAA studio. So picture this. A poor and overworked employee, much like Larry, is told to come up with the big bad evil for the upcoming Pokemon Legends game, and the Tera Leak just happened last week. What do? Do you A, scrap everything and start over? No, the boss would kill you for delaying the game. B, keep the plan on track by coming up with new and innovative ideas to impress the players for trying to do something unexpected from the leaks? No, it's too much time and effort to add new and original ideas. I mean, you already shut down some Joe Schmo that wanted to make a dynamic battle system for their Pokemon fan game and stole that, so you can't really add more. C, reuse old ideas and designs and make some changes so that the fans don't notice your lack of creativity? Bingo, and the rest is history. So here's what I'm thinking. Although official material doesn't explicitly connect these two, the lore surrounding Ange, a machine born from atonement and infused with life energy, provides an intriguing narrative mirror. Both Ange and Xurkitree are beings tied to energy, one created to release it and the other allegedly attracted to it. If Ange accumulated uncontrolled Mega Energy after failing its intended purpose, it might have generated conditions similar to the Ultra Plant, a world of unending power, where organic and artificial life blur together. The theory, then, is whether Xurkitree's existence represents a non-linear timeline of Ange's failure, possibly in a wholly different timeline where Lumios's destruction led to the rise of a new kind of life born from technology and energy itself. To give you a sense of my train of thought, it went a little something like this. The Pokédex entry noted that Xurkitree raided a power plant, and the idea is that it just feeds off of energy to sustain itself. But what if that's not the case? That could be a fault in logic. Just because it was spotted near a power plant in Alola does not necessarily mean it's after the energy. The anime reinforced that belief, but I'm only looking to video games for information. What if Xurkitree just happened to fall out of a wormhole near a power plant? Or what if it sensed a buildup of energy like itself and wanted to see if there were fellow members nearby? What if it was trying to supply energy to the power plant instead? There's too many assumptions to make, so we can't be certain that it hungers for energy. But what if the events seen in Legend ZA are the results of one timeline where the day was saved? So then what would happen if that didn't happen? What if we failed? What would happen if Ange was left to go on a rampage and destroy Kalos? Would it keep gathering energy and destroying the rest of the world? It's not exactly a machine at the time it starts going out of control and begins to become more organic, almost sentient as it fights against the player. Wouldn't it be a neat connection if Xurkitree's homeworld is a ruined Kalos region from a non-linear timeline where the heroes failed to stop Ange and left to its own devices? It eventually changed, evolved like a living organism, and eventually gives rise to an entire population of creatures that we eventually get to call Xurkitree. If you look at the design, it's essentially a bundle of wires and cables, possibly vestigial features from an ancestral adaptation of Ange that was connected to underground cables underneath Prism Tower. We don't know, we never get to see that. And eventually lost the flower motif. Over the generations, the area would become solely ruled by Xurkitree. But maybe it's not the whole planet. Maybe it's just where Kalos once stood. In the end, this idea isn't about proving a direct link between Xurkitree and Prism Tower, but rather exploring how Pokemon's world building could reflect cycles of creation, destruction, and rebirth. Get it? Like X and Y? If Xurkitree's home truly were a remnant of Kalos lost to its own technology, Ange's unchecked energy mutating into life, it would serve as one of the series' most poetic narrative callbacks. Whether intentional or coincidental, I'm looking at you, $30 million budget, these similarities remind us how the Pokemon universe thrives on reimagining past concepts into something that feels both familiar and alien. Even if it's just a big whole coincidence, the connection between Xurkitree and Prism Tower inspired me to look closer at the designs, and not the PNG walls, we take for granted. Perhaps in the ruins of one world's innovation, another's legend can begin. Kind of a long video this time, so make sure to like the video and comment below what you thought of this idea, and I'll see you guys in the next video.